Hi, and welcome to the Backyard Road Trips podcast. I'm Zach.
I'm Jim.
And we're here talking about Philadelphia with a PH.
That was very clever.
Thank you.
Did you visit any faux places?
Only we had lots of fun.
Philly fun.
Yeah, Philly fun. A lot of Philly food, too.
You're a Philly fanatic.
Sure were. We were flying down 95 to get there.
Really?
Yeah, flying with a PH.
Oh, boy. This is very good already. I love the puns.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, you recently visited Philly.
They're funny with a... I'll stop.
No, you gotta work it in for the rest of the show.
I'll try. Only F-sounding words. So we went down to Philly, got the old cousins live in that area, so...
Alex and Scrammy, them?
That's right,
Crew?
The crew, they live down... Emmy lives in... East Falls, East PH Falls, part of Philadelphia. And Alex lives about an hour and change away, hour and a half away. Lancaster, home of the Amish.
Really?
The Amish, yep. He actually is raising barns. Yeah.
I don't know if you're messing with me.
I'm completely messing, yeah. Raising barns. Thank you. And then Lori, it was Auntie Foot, a.k.a. Lori, came down too. She's been on here on the podcast before. Yeah, so we went down there a couple of weeks ago, had an adventure, so thought we could talk a little bit about that. And while we're talking, I was able to go to this distillery called Stateside Vodka, and it was interesting because all the distillery adventures that I've had, no one really features their vodka. So usually vodka is one thing that the distillery kind of wants to just be like, meh, it's there, it should have no taste. But this place features vodka is all they do.
Because I know that it seems like a lot of distilleries, they got to churn something out.
Right.
They can't age it. They just got it. So it's vodka, gin, whatever.
Yeah.
You're saying, is this all they do? Or is
all
this
they do? I believe I tried a little sip of some kind of whiskey they also had. Mm-hmm. But that was it. That was a one-off thing. But it's only vodka. But they're really getting huge in the market where they were the official vodka of the Democratic National Convention.
Really?
And I don't know if it was 16, cool. 20, whenever that was, probably 16, probably 20. They weren't gathering in person. But yeah, so they're quite, they're making a lot of inroads. They're almost available in every state. So it's kind of a big deal. So cool little. The place wasn't too big, so cool bar stateside, and they were saying because they learned their craft overseas, and then brought out stateside. So there's a
where
stateside.
did they do it?
Don't quote me, but I think it was Scotland.
Whoa.
Maybe it was Scotland. Maybe it was the British Isles of some effect. It was probably Croatia. So I believe it was either Scotland or England, but they brought it stateside. Hence the name. So I was like, oh, that's kind of an interesting name. So yeah. So then to go got a couple of these canned vodka sodas, which I know we've had a few different canned cocktails or canned seltzers, more or less.
Yeah.
What's interesting about these is they're really low ABV, so it's only 4.5.
Oh wow!
So it's 4.5, so it's not really going to be. Sometimes you get a canned cocktail. I guess I'm calling cocktail.
You get cocked on it. Yeah, it knocks you on your butt.
This is true. And
cool.
This is
real juice,
real
carbs,
juice.
95 calories.
Mm-hmm. Only the real juice. Man. Yeah. So I figure we could try a couple of these. We can split them as we talk.
You want to crack a couple open and then tell me about your trip?
Yeah, let's drink them and.
I got pineapple in my hand.
Whatever you like. Yeah, the only one I've fully tried is this lemon cucumber, which was I think pretty. But I thought it was a mint in there too. So maybe this was a different one that I had at the place.
Just because of the. I mean, it seems like they go together.
Yeah, I thought it was a lemon. I thought it was a mint cucumber that I tried. Maybe it was a different. I don't know. So this old brain's getting a little rusty. So.
It smells great.
Does it smell good?
Yeah. Now I'm not because I plan on having a headache later. I'm just.
Oh, okay. Right.
I'm not going to drink as much as I normally do.
So what's going on with the headaches now?
Oh, I don't know. I drink so infrequently that when I do drink, it just ruins half my next day. So
really, wow. So so basically when you put your body on the line by coming out this podcast often. So. I told you the other day when we had our NFA podcast, Red and White at Silver, promoted by the Red and White at Silver, had a beverage during it. And did anybody notice I was drinking beer?
I didn't. I thought you were drinking water.
No, it was beer.
No,
yeah,
I was having a beer.
But enough so that because we stopped the podcast around 10:30, probably in bed by 11, up at 5:21, and I had a little bit of headache, need a little Tylenol in the morning. Yeah,
hair of the dog.
Yeah, a little Bloody Mary. Yeah. Put a Bloody Mary in a cup, and it was ready to go.
So all right, Philly.
Philly.
When did you go to Philly?
We went there in February. It was great weather. I mean, that's always the tough part about planning anything, right?
Yeah.
Is the weather for the winter.
Yeah.
I'm not being rude. I'm just checking if Mr. Heist or any.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, if we get a special guest.
I know.
No.
Nothing. Just telemarketers, scam artists. Yeah, so we went there. So in February, and again, it's kind of that like, what happens with the weather? So to give you kind of the overview, we did first day we went, and my cousins, I call them cousins. Cousin means Emmy and her husband, but I guess it's cousin, like that kind of thing, like paisan. So they both work at Wissahickon Brewing Company.
What a name.
Which is, Wissahickon, River, Wissahickon Park, a lot of Wissahickon, all that kind of stuff. So we went there, and a great brewery. Gabe helps. He's a bartender, but I think he's helped brew, whatever else. Gave us a tour in the back, and they have a nice selection of, they're certainly not like all IPAs. They have a nice selection of just everything from soup to nuts, or from, Kolsch style to porter. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so we had cheesesteaks, Del Sandro's cheesesteaks, and went there. So that was the first day. Stayed at the same hotel we did last time, Residence Inn in Ballakinwood, so outside the city, right across from where we stayed. We had to change rooms. Remember that? Because of the cigarette smell? That Adam didn't like the staleness of the room smell. Yeah, we had to change rooms. So
wow. So bringing back memories.
Right. We'll get into those in a minute. So that was the first day because it was quick, kind of drove down there. Second day, I tried to play. We had 2 full days, so I tried to do enough to keep Danny entertained. Son Danny, 8 years old. He'll probably show his ear, mouth, whatever on this podcast at some point. Take over. Yeah, this is pretty good, actually. Yeah, this is good. What kind is this? This is the pineapple.
Yeah, a little segue.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a soda and a seltzer? Because I mean, this is very good.
It's really, it does. It definitely has it's more of a fruit forward taste than I think a lot of them have. Kind of like more of a. Well, we tasted a bunch of seltzers that one day. I feel like the almost the seltzer part's more pronounced. Where
this is
more
first.
fruity, and what's the soda?
Smell? Yeah, it smells super.
It
sweet.
does smell really good. Yep. Yeah, but not like that fake cloyingly sweet. So it's a hard. Like pineapple is a pretty hard taste to make decent, just because it's like I don't know. I find pineapple, it's not like a regular flavor that you think of, like a strawberry or something.
Right.
So
I like it. I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Must be a great summer drinker.
Yeah, this would be a good to save some of these for the summer. So because I got a 12-pack, and one of them had a little problem with the can and it leaked.
Oh.
And then these are 3, so there's a few left. But yeah, so we're trying to make the days special for Danny, but not like just super kid centric. So the first day we did, which will be an article soon enough. It was basically historic Philly. So we did the Liberty Bell, we did the Independence Hall. Independence Hall, we had a Ranger there.
Oh, really?
Nolan Ryan, Texas Ranger, or was it Walker, Texas Ranger? So Park Ranger, he had the loudest voice that I have ever heard anyone, and the best, I wouldn't call it Philly, but like an outside Philly accent that you can hear someone, you're like, yep, that's where they're from.
Give me a Philly accent right now.
Oh, man, I can't even do it. No. But he was like, the I word.
Oh yeah. Good.
I mean, he was, because of course I had a little bit on tape that I did it from, and then I found a YouTube video of him from like 20 years ago. Not 20, maybe. They didn't have YouTube 20 years ago, probably not.
Maybe, I don't
know. Probably from like 15 years ago on there. And he was the most amazing speaker of like tone and volume that I've ever witnessed.
And this is a good way.
Yeah, it was a 20 minutes tour. I don't know if I could have taken 45 minutes, but 20 minutes was perfect. It's like that Goldilocks,
Was this Danny's first time visiting all this?
We did, but we never went inside. So we've been down there a little bit because, it's visiting the cousins, the paisans. Yeah. But yeah, so we did. I was like, he's that age. He's old enough to maybe understand some of that. So we did that, trying to give him a little history lesson. So we did that. We also went to the American Revolution Museum, which was pretty cool.
Yep.
Interactive, but also there's a scavenger hunt for the kids, which they really liked because not they. Danny goes by they now. So they I keep saying it. Danny, he enjoyed the scavenger hunt part of it. So we did that, and then we also did the Magic Gardens after that, which was pretty cool.
Tell me about that. That sounds really neat.
Yeah, so it's this artist, Isaac Zagar.
Zangief.
Yeah, he was from the Soviet Union. He wore little red trunks.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, nice chest hair, small waist, big upper. Yeah, the bear. Oh, it's a good.
It's good. Right, so an artist.
Yeah. So he was he did a lot of mosaic tiles, and he took some vacant lots near a studio and made this like huge. It's like basically folk art, but
okay.
And just took it over. It wasn't his. It became kind of a legal battle ensued, and ended up being like there was help out, and they bought this spot. But it's like a really cool gallery inside. Then outside, so you walk into it. It's 2 floors of this. And they have a scavenger hunt there too. In the tiles, there's like toys and junk and whatever else kind of embedded into it. Remember the Sanctuary of Love here in town with the in Norwich with all the bathtub Jesus and Marys and all.
Yeah,
that. It's kind of like that kind of feel, like super just pretty unique. Definitely worth checking out.
That's cool.
So yeah, that was one of the highlights I think for a lot of people. Met the cousins there again.
Is it like a permanent installation?
Yeah, it was permanent. It's just basically it's taking over this vacant lot with these tile structures all over the place, and you can see his work in other buildings. He's tiled in that area, and so interesting kind of backstory about it. I don't have to go deep into it, but it was like South Street at that time. We went to South Street too, I believe, when we went. Yeah. With Adam, it's like the hip area, or at then.
I thought Manayunk was supposed to be the hip area.
Manayunk is, but not Manayunk Ave. Yeah. So then that night, after that, we went to eat and whatever else. So that night, I went out with my cousins to a brewery called Attic Brewing, and that was in, oh man, it wasn't Roxborough, but it was near. Damn it, it was near. Damn it, it's close, but it was. We took that same ride, so I was in the back seat of Emmy and Gabe's car, and it took the same ride that we went on City Ave over Fairmount Park. And I know we usually take a different loop to go to Manayunk or a different loop to go to East Falls, but we went straight and went right to the area we were in.
Really?
Yeah, so I had to tell the story.
How did you recognize that?
I've been over there a few times since then, you know what I mean? So, but I knew, I was like, this is it. So I was telling that story.
Uh-huh.
And then just how, when we had iced tea and vodka in a water bottle. Remember that?
You have a really, I think you have a good memory. Or I have a really bad one, but you seem to remember.
We had iced tea and vodka. We went to the TGI Fridays or whatever it was, the restaurant that was in the hotel. Then we got on the city bus because the train wasn't working on the weekends. So we had the city bus, and your brother said to go to Manayunk.
Yep.
And the lady said, the bus driver goes to Manayunk Ave. And we were like, okay. And she clearly knew that, she was clearly busting her chops on this one.
She got us.
She totally got us. Yeah. And there we were. So got off of Manayunk Ave, and
I remember bushwhacking our way up to the hotel.
Well, we were in Fairmount Park and in the woods, and then had to figure out how to get over this basic highway.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, there was
seeing
the
highway
hotel.
Crossing.
Yeah. Yep. Like it's right there.
So I was on that little stretch of road, and I was like, well, last time I was on here, I was walking. So that was, and then kind of talked a little bit. We don't have to go into too much detail on here, but like the kind of the after morning effects of, I think that, or the later effects of that vodka iced tea, and you were, shaving. We was going further. But I told them the full story, and then going into the food court at the not the King of Prussia Mall, but that was the Plymouth Meeting Mall where Adam was interviewing. Then we went to lunch with your brother at a place.
Yep.
And then we went to King of Prussia Mall months later when Adam was there. Remember, went to the Armani store and you tried on a little tiny Armani t-shirt.
Yes. I also remember trying to play the pianos. I was trying to tell them that I was Ben Folds' nephew. So just let me play your piano.
Remember that time you said, you asked, was it Lord Michaels if he was Steven Tyler?
Was that Mohegan Sun?
Yeah.
I'm glad one of us remembers most of this of the time.
Too much iced tea, too much Lipton and vodka.
Yeah, right. And Arnold Palmer. So, all right. What did you guys? How was Attic Brewing?
It was cool. It was Metal Monday.
So it was great.
It was heavy.
That's what everyone wants is metal music. Hey, it's Monday night, man.
And it wasn't even like Metallica metal. It was like Adam Morosky metal. You know what I mean? Like it was like real. Like it was like real. You know what I mean? Real metal. But the good thing is, it wasn't at a volume that you couldn't talk.
Really? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but it was. And I had a pork roll which is like a thing down there, which is like a bread and pork, like a breakfast thing, I guess, or lunch thing. Had that at night. So that was so that was kind of the historic day. So it was nice because my parents went with us. So, and I was able to have some time with my cousins, without children, which is very much a rarity.
Yeah, it's got to be beautiful.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. The best parts. The next day was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you.
42?
41.
41. I forget how old we are. 41.
So,
you look beautiful.
I feel beautiful. I think I gained about 7 pounds.
From what? You gained 7 pounds?
From that trip. Oh, my God.
You look trim and fit.
No. Fit with a PH.
Good.
So I got in around 9:30, 9:45. Danny stayed the night in my parents' room because I was like, I just don't want to be back at a certain time, whatever. So Danny has a tablet now. So he messaged me, I don't have Dinger, his favorite stuffed animal. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I went up to the room, got Dinger. I didn't want to wake him up, but here's Dinger. So they knew I was alive. Okay?
Oh, that's
Good
right.
thing.
Yeah.
You heard, this
yes.
story. Yes.
Keep going.
So what happens the next morning? Again, one night, I don't have any children with me, don't have a wife with me, don't have any other, it's just a bed.
One man guy, all by himself.
And that's it. Yep. So I usually get up like at 5:30, between 5:30 and 6:30, even on the weekends, like just kind of have it. Or loud noises of the children, bloody noses and crying, whatever it might be. So I...
Speaking of some crying.
Yeah, I know.
Right on cue.
So I looked at my watch or clock, whatever. It was 6:30, 6:45, something like that. I'm like, I don't want to get up right now. There's no reason. We don't have an appointment. Like the day before, we had an appointment at 10:20. I said, no, I'm trying to go back to sleep until maybe like 7:38.
Really treat yourself.
Yeah, I woke up at 9.
Wow.
Pretty refreshed, so about 10 hours sleep or whatever. I look at my phone. I had about 30 missed calls from my parents. I had text messages from other people because it was my birthday saying happy birthday. And then I guess they had called the hotel that had to do a wellness check on me. They were knocking on the door. But it was a suite, so I was in the bedroom part of the suite, so I didn't hear anybody knocking on the main part. So yeah,
so you had
the
a whole
one
suite to yourself?
Whole suite to myself. It was sweet, yeah.
That was sweet. I hope you were naked the entire time.
Oh, of course, just a sock. It was.
They're gonna have to scrub the daylights out of that couch.
So yeah, it was like, and then they were mad, or they were scared,
concerned.
Mm-hmm. I was a little peeved because I was like, this is the one day in 366 this year,
that's
leap
right,
year, that I'm able to actually sleep in, and
nope,
couldn't do it. A lot of guilt. Mm-hmm.
Was there an emergency, or everyone was worried about you?
They were worried about me. I was like, I did check in last time. So if I didn't check in, I would have been.
That's one thing, sure.
Right.
Something could have happened.
Something could happen to me.
But
exactly. That bus.
You got Dinger back. Clearly you're back at the hotel.
Yep. Yep. But it did that trip down there does definitely bring back a lot of memories from our adventures. But it was only a couple times that we saw Adam down there.
Is Philly where we had that was a weird museum?
Yeah, the Mutter Museum.
Yeah,
my dad's always wanted to go.
Did you take Danny there one other time?
No, I never brought. I don't know. He'd probably be okay now, but it's pretty gross.
Yeah, I remember it being gross.
It's like innards and like the world's biggest tumors and stuff like that.
Hey, that was great. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember the Arnold Palmers, but
no, that was a different time. So the time you remember where Mark and I went on the way down to I should probably move formation here, but so Adam, our friend Adam, who've been here
Good
before,
Reverend, he's
Barbarossa,
been on yep.
He moved down to Philadelphia area for a little while, and he, we decided to go visit him. I believe Tim was the only one that was 21 of us at that time, and you and Tim, I think, traveled together.
Yeah,
and Mark and I traveled together.
Okay.
Not sure why we didn't all go together, but we did have a pit stop to go to. Mark and I went to see a friend, Ashley, who wants to be on the show, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she probably wants to zoom in, maybe. So
sure.
Remind me, I tell you about something that somebody wants us to. Remind me that after
when
we're not there. So we went down there, and Mark and I stopped at Ashley's house, her family's house. Huge bagel spread, and we got there. It was great. Central New Jersey. Then her mom drives us into New York City to go to the Ricky Lake show.
Oh!
And the best part, we're sitting like in the first or second row.
Oh, really?
And I still have a picture. I have a video. There's Mark and I. I'm wearing this sweater. It has like the multicolored clapping. we got a video of Mark clapping.
That's so good. Oh, man.
Yeah. So we went to the Ricky Lake. I believe the topic was I'm addicted to pornography. Was the topic. And it was Ricky Lake's last year on the air too. So
Really? Man, she's a fox.
So
what happened to her? Where's she been lately?
I don't know. Once you start those kind of, you're out on top like George Costanza. You leave when you're, that's it. I'm out. But yeah,
you guys are on Ricky Lake for pornography.
Ricky Lake.
Huh?
Front row. Yeah, front row. I remember. Yeah.
Did Mark learn anything?
I don't know. I don't know if he did.
Jeez,
so it was
I said that pretty loud.
So it was Ashley, her mom, me, and Mark all went to the.
Oh, and so you're there. I thought they just dropped you off.
No. They were the ones.
Ashley's mom.
They were the catalyst of why we were in New York City to go see Ricky
Did you
Lake.
know the episode that you were going to, or is it just you show up to the show?
No, you show up to the show. Yeah, see what's on there. So,
did you ask any questions?
I didn't know. I should have. Yeah. I went who? No, I didn't. No.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And that was also the first day that I was introduced to Harold's New York Deli, the middle of New Jersey, Edison. Probably talked about it on here before. That served the giant sandwiches. That's like $35 for a pastrami sandwich.
Wow.
But you dole it out among like 4 or 5 people, and it's amazing. But Danny wanted to go there to eat because we ate there last 2 times we went. And I'm like, Danny, we're getting cheesesteaks. We can't have so we didn't do it. But yeah, so that was the first full day. We only did 2 full days. Second full day, we did more out of town. We did Valley Forge.
Cool.
So, which was great. Danny wanted to play baseball. Valley among the camps. So
get the old timey baseball uniforms out.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. That's neat.
I became a junior ranger. So
really,
junior park ranger. Wow. So kind of all the national historical parks and national parks have a junior ranger program. We got to sell yourself the devil, or at least answer some questions, or do like a little scavenger hunt.
We can put it on his resume.
They do a little swearing in ceremony, a knighting, if you will.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's Sir Elton John now, I believe.
How long were you guys there for?
Just 4 days. So then then after that day, went out to dinner for my birthday. Really great place in the hotel. That's when I went to Stateside Vodka too.
Yeah.
And then the next day we did the Crayola experience. So
where is that? Tell me about it. What's the experience?
Well, it's actually what happened with Noel Redding, I believe, from the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Yeah.
After Hendrix died, he started the Crayola experience. So.
What does that have to do with Noel Redding?
The Hendrix Experience. It's called the Crayola Experience. So
yeah, but was Noel Redding the experience of the Jimi Hendrix Experience?
I think that's a band, right? Was the Experience, the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Well, why not? Who was the drummer?
I don't know. I know that in one of his later bands, the lead singer, the California Raisins, which the name escapes me right now.
Marvin Gaye.
So it was in the band. It was
really?
In Jimi Hendrix, yeah. So that's a fun fact for you.
I'm sorry, I gotta look up.
You gotta look this up.
I can't. It's gonna be stuck in my head.
But that's not the Experience. It was, I think, Band of Gypsies might have been the California Raisin.
Okay.
Because
are you experienced?
I am experienced with Crayola experienced. So,
all right, so yeah, go on.
So Crayola was Crayola crayons, and they have like a whole almost like a children's museum.
Yep.
I thought it was gonna be more of a Mr. Rogers crayon factory, but it was more of a children's museum.
Mitch Mitchell. Sorry.
Mitch. Okay, so now look up the guy from California Raisins. So before we did the Crayola experience, we went to the Reading Terminal Market. I went there. I rushed in there. I literally bought. Talk about gaining 7 pounds. 10 soft pretzels, 2 pork sandwiches.
An angry dog.
I ate the dog. 1 smoothie, 6 donuts, Amish donuts, and 4 cannoli.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I figure it probably be best.
Yeah, you're eating well.
Oh, eating well. Oh, Philly's food is PH to PH is, I think, the best snack food place in the country.
The country.
Oh yeah, of bad food for you. I'm not saying gourmet. I'm talking about
is the only kind of food I want.
This is I'm saying soft pretzels, cheesesteaks, pork sandwiches, donuts. Awesome, just amazing. Wow. I feel like I went with Danny. Maybe Danny can talk a little bit about this.
I see you over there. Slide on over. Get into this mic. Do you agree that Philly has the best bad food for you?
Yes.
What was your favorite part about Philly? I heard maybe you went to Valley Forge.
Mm-hmm.
About the I word.
Oh yeah, the I word.
So what about it? You gotta explain.
Okay, so we were on this tour in Independence Hall, and we had the tour guide. Yep. That was the loudest man I ever heard, without screaming.
Yeah, he wasn't like screaming. He was just kind of
Loud noises. I'm
Yeah.
talking. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
I like the Crayola.
The Crayola experience?
Mm-hmm.
Is that... Oh, I know what it is. You have to see how many crayons you can stick up your nose, and then you win a prize if you get like the most crayons for the day.
Yes.
I knew it. Okay. All right. What was the Crayola experience?
This thing you just said.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about Valley Forge? What did you think about Valley Forge?
I got a badge.
I heard you were made possibly Chief Ranger. You made Chief Ranger of all the Rangers there? Is that what happened? You got sworn in? Like Teddy Roosevelt?
Yeah. Wait, Teddy Rose wasn't even there.
Yeah, I probably wasn't there. No. But like Valley Forge?
Mm-hmm.
Buddy Miles.
That's the California Raisins?
Buddy Miles was a member of the Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsy and the California Raisins.
Smart. All right. That's cool.
Okay, Magic Gardens was like cool paintings everywhere, and there's scavenger hunts that are so hard that you can't even. We only found like 9 of them, and
Wow.
there's 2 pages.
Right. Yeah. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anything else about Philly you want to tell us?
Scrappy Mommy.
Okay, you enjoyed the pool. Is that what you're talking
No.
about?
No.
No. Oh, the first night's restaurant. What was it called?
Was the
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Was the Hicken? Yeah.
That cheese steak was huge. I never tried one.
You never tried cheesesteak there.
I thought I was gonna throw up.
It's really big. Half a cheesesteak. Yeah. Anything else you want to share with us?
Oh, the Ben Franklin post office.
Yeah.
Ben Franklin Post Office.
Yeah.
Tell about that.
He didn't even get there.
No, because it was
Closed.
Oh, man.
Because it was President's Day.
right.
Is he your favorite president?
Yeah, because our street is named him.
Thank you. An office reference for anyone who...
Well, yeah. Actually, when I was buying our house, we live on Franklin Street, and
Ben Franklin Street.
the woman that was
I live in Franklin, Connecticut.
That's true, named after Franklin Pierce. Actually, they could have. She was like, oh, "I love those." The realtor for the people that were selling the house, like, "Oh, I just love those presidential streets: Washington, Jefferson, Franklin." So I'm hoping she was talking Franklin
Yeah.
Pierce, or maybe it's Franklin Charlie Brown. I don't know. One of the Franklins. So, it's well, Daniel. I'm gonna take a sip of this and see what we think.
Okay.
This is. I like the
You have
cucumber.
more.
Yes, we have more at home. This is
No,
true.
You have
Oh.
more.
I know because Jim doesn't want a full blown headache.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
I'm in the full blown.
Ugh. This cucumber? Oh, I can smell it. Oh, man.
See, I like this. It's got a lot of cucumbers and kind of a nice.
It tastes exactly like a cucumber.
Yes, it does.
Ugh. Oh, you can have... Danny, you want to try this?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's disgusting.
Wow, so no cucumber for you. Yeah, because it's too much vegetable. It's like you're drinking a veggie.
No, I don't want a vegetable.
Wow,
Ugh.
okay.
Ugh. I mean, whiskey doesn't taste like corn. This should... Ugh.
Here, try
Ugh.
this. See what you like it. Just try it. No, just try it.
She
Why
just
not?
walked in on me gagging
No,
on
it's literally not. It's
Cucumber.
Cucumber. I think it's
Zach
really
right
good.
now is getting his lovely mother to try and drink it. She's tepid. She's going for it. She's chugging.
I think it's
Smacking her
good.
lips.
It's not bad. It's good.
Yeah, but you eat vegetables, correct?
So he
Well,
doesn't eat
yeah.
cucumber. It tastes like cucumber. All right. Well, Danny, anything else you want to tell us about our Philadelphia trip?
Revolutionary Museum.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to say about that?
There was a scavenger hunt.
Mhm.
And wait, was Ken's buttons there?
Oh, yeah. So Ken, who's Lori's boyfriend, Lori's boyfriend Ken, designed some of the buttons on some of the uniforms
Oh,
in the
cool.
Revolutionary War Museum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you
kind
get
of
some
neat.
buttons and bring them home?
Yeah, I stole them.
You stole them.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, Jim, did you go to Philly at all? Since your brother lives down in Collegeville, am I right about that?
Yeah, he lives in Collegeville.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in a long, long time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just don't like your brother, I guess.
That's the Eagles. I
Yeah.
don't want to run into any Eagles.
The
fans.
Eagles, right? Eagles.
Eagles. Oh, yeah. That's good.
Eagles.
Yeah, screw the Eagles, man. like the Big Lebowski. I hate the Eagles, man.
I think for me though, going down there does, you know what it was? I think for me about that area, and this is kind of an interesting thing. And I was thinking about that. Why? Because like my mom was like, "Oh, why are you so good?"
Yeah,
So why are you, of course we want to see family. I thought it'd be a good way. They would never drive down there.
Mm-hmm.
They're never going to tackle between Western Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and Metro Philly driving themselves. So I figure I'll be a good son once in a while and take them to see family. Not super often. That's asking way too much, but no. So just, sometimes. But I realized one of the things that I like about there is because of the trips we did. It's because of this funny thing. I traveled as a young kid a lot with my family, as you know. We went over Pittsburgh, exactly. So we went overseas. We went, West Coast, Canada, whatever, Pittsburgh, and I know.
You really like
So
Pittsburgh?
I do like Pittsburgh. It's a nice place. So love Heinz ketchup. So, anyways, I realized that I did that, and then when I got older, I traveled with girlfriends, you know what I mean, whatever, like that kind of thing, those kind of trips. But I never really had the experience of traveling with friends. And those trips were the only times at a young age that I really traveled with friends up until like the Portland, Maine trip that I do now, or the Arizona trip I do now, which is kind of interesting to think about. Like we could do like, I've been with Tim or Andrew to New York for the day or whatever, but we would never do any overnight anywhere. So I think those were the only real times traveling with friends and kind of like having those,
that's really
bushwhacking experiences.
Bushwhackers.
So Luke and Butch. So, kind of those adventures, if you will, like we would have here, but having them somewhere else. So I think
with friends. So
with
it's all
friends.
new for everybody. It's a new experience. It's your friends that
experience.
make the experience sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, yes, we ended up at Hooters and TGI Fridays when we ate down there. Probably better restaurants than those two. Especially the chicken wings there at that one.
Of all the places to eat in Philly, we just went to the chains.
Right.
Yeah.
So we went to the chains.
Safe.
Yeah, but it's like that kind of thing where it actually wasn't safe because we didn't. It's kind of like that black and white cookie in Seinfeld from. So anyways, so that's what. So I think that's kind of this nostalgia with that area.
Love it,
as well as really good food,
yeah.
and I get to see family. So
sounds like a great trip.
Yeah, definitely.
Food is the best part. Their food is amazing.
Good food.
We heard
Good food. Good food, folks, and fun. That was the McDonald's thing.
Big PH.
That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't even see. It wasn't even on my game there. Should we sign off on this one?
Yep.
All right.
Cheers to Philly.
To Philly. To full of Philly fun.
Very good.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jim.
And this is Red and White at Silver. No, I'm kidding.
You nailed it. Danny, go ahead. Do your call
The
off.
black and white cookie.
Black and white cookie. Okay.
And
Danny.
And you can follow us on social media. Backyard Road Trips. At Backyard Road Trips on X and Shoot on Facebook or Instagram or on backyardroadtrips.com.